Here we have question number 18, which is a statistics question, and this is basically purely a conceptual question. So we have in 2013, approximately 1.6 million students took the critical reading portion of the SAT exam. The mean score, the modal score, and the standard deviation were calculated to be 496, 430, and 115 respectively. So 496 is the mean score, which is going to be important. 430 was the mode, which is not going to be important because we're interested in what the interval is. So the mode isn't significant. And then we have 115 is the standard deviation. That is important. And the question asks, which interval reflects 95% of the critical reading scores? So we are going to assume that this is normally distributed. So what we have is a normal distribution curve with the mean at 496 and each standard deviation is 115. So this is 496 plus 115, which is 611, and then another 115, which is 726, and so on and so forth. And we can get the third one as well, which obviously, if you know the critical reading of the SAT, it only goes up to 800. So any scores above that would all just be condensed to 800. And then here, down one standard deviation would be minus 115, which would be 371. And we subtract another 15 here. This is 381, not 371. And we subtract another 115, and we get 266. So the interesting thing is here, we're not really all that interested even in the specific numbers. I'm just showing you for the purposes of completeness. If we recall the normal curve, 68% of the scores fall within one standard deviation of the mean. 95% fall within two standard deviations of the mean. And a bit more than 99% fall within 3 standard deviations of the mean. So the 95% figure is really important here because it means within 2 standard deviations of the mean. So within 2 standard deviations of the mean, 2 standard deviations is 230. That's 2 times 115. And the mean is 496. So that means we're going to go 496 plus 230 and 496 minus 230. This is our upper limit, and this is our lower limit. So this would account for 95% of the scores. And because of the way this question is set up, the answer is very easy to spot. It's choice 4. If the question had actually given you intervals, you would have had to say from 216 to 726. And the answer here is 4. It's important to remember that the modal score, or the mode, is not at all important for confidence intervals or for intervals of 68, 95, 99%, or whatever percentage you want, because the mode score is just the one that occurs the most frequently. That has nothing to do with the mean nor the distribution in this particular case. So the answer here is going to be choice 4.